Welcome to Cord Cutting Today for March 25th, 2019. This is where I give you a quick look at some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now. If you want to learn more about these stories, in the show notes down below, I'll put a link to each story so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us, and hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV, but still watch the shows you want to watch. Before we get started today, it is Apple TV announcement day. According to all rumors, Apple has an event a few hours when this will be released. We will have live coverage over at cordcarsnews.com, and I will come right back here with a recap of my opinions of what I think of Apple's announcement. Now, there's been a lot of leaks. Wall Street Journal yesterday reported that they believe that the service will not be free. There will be a monthly price tag, that it will be, like we reported last week, like an Amazon Channels type service with some content included with it, where you'll be able to, for instance, get HBO Now for just $9.99 instead of the $15. So it sounds like, according to the Wall Street Journal, Apple will subsidize some of the bigger services, probably in an attempt to get you to subscribe to HBO Now through Apple's TV service. So then you go and subscribe to a bunch of other stuff through it, and they get that revenue pull from it. But that there may be a monthly fee, similar to Amazon Prime. You need to be an Amazon Prime member to use Amazon Channels. So we'll wait and see what Apple does. I'll be right back here later today with a full recap of what was actually announced, what we actually learned, and go from there. So check back for a special edition. So let's dive into the news. First, the big deal of the day. You have just about a week left if you want to get Sling TV for $15 a month, or for either the blue or orange package, or you can get both for $25 for 3 months. Limited time deal. Link in the show notes. But if you've been thinking about trying Sling TV, this is a perfect time to do it. Also, Major League Baseball is getting underway. Spring is here, and that means the start of the Major League Baseball season, and there's many options for cord cutters. I'll put a link to that in the show notes. Also, tomorrow, if you're a T-Mobile customer, you'll be able to start signing up for a free year of MLB.TV. Link in the show notes. Limited time to sign up for it. You must have the T-Mobile Tuesday app. Link in the details. But if you want to watch everything in market, out of market, you want the full breakdown of how to watch Major League Baseball this year without cable TV, I have a link to that guide in the show notes also. All right, hey, now we talked last week about Viacom and DirecTV now having a fight with AT&T and Viacom not agreeing on a new contract. That was supposed to end on Friday night. Friday night came and went. Viacom channels stayed on AT&T streaming services like DirecTV Now, but now they've announced that there is a new deal. So AT&T Viacom apparently making progress. Viacom agreed to keep their channels on AT&T owned TV services. Now they've announced that yes, we have come to a deal, but they say that this time they're not willing to comment on the details of that deal. We'll have to wait and see. I would recommend you do read the full statement that AT&T sent Cord Cars News. I'll have a link to that in the show notes down below. It's very interesting. But for now, if you're on a grandfathered DirecTV contract, you will be able to keep the Viacom channels. Now, does this mean Viacom channels are coming to the new Plus and Max DirecTV Now package? We don't know. It could not. AT&T and Viacom have declined to comment on the specifics of the contract. Next up, and this is something I think services should take note of, is there's been a report that Hulu's ad revenue is going up and expected to continue to go up this year now that they've cut their price. Apparently, when more people use your service and you rely on ad revenue like Hulu does, that means people see more ads. Hulu's also been more aggressive in rolling out some ads like pause screen ads, where you pause the screen, there'll be a little ad that pops up in the corner, and more. So my question to you is, does that bother you that Hulu has put some more ads in, like the pause screen ad, and they've cut their price? Is that trade-off worth to it? Are you happy with some ads if it gets you a lower price? Now, you can still get the Hulu ad-free, which is mostly ad-free, on-demand content option if you would so choose, and you won't have the pause screen, and on most ones you won't have the pre-roll, mid-roll kind of ads. But is that worth it to you, or are you perfectly happy to pay or to pay less if you have to watch ads? Leave us a comment. I'll love to hear from you. Disney last week closed on their deal to buy most of Hulu and most of 21st Century Fox, and now, as they agreed to with the Department of Justice, they have just 90 days from that closing date when they purchased most of Fox to sell off the regional sports networks. Now, it's been reported that the Yankees will be closing on Yes Network. Now, that's reported, not confirmed. Of course, Disney actually needs to own the Yes Network before they can turn around and sell it. But they have 90 days. Disney, according to all reports, has been in for the last few months taking bids and negotiating with people to sell off those. You don't sell a major TV brand for reportedly billions each within 90 days. So many of these buyers are probably lined up. They're probably finalizing some paperwork, moving some things around, making sure all the employees' contracts, all the contracts for the sports networks, everything is all in line before they announce who will get these. We'll be watching this very closely, but my question to you is, who would you like to buy these Fox regional sports networks? It's been rumored that Amazon, YouTube, and others have been bidding on these to make them more cord-cutting friendly. If you could pick one company to buy the Fox regional sports networks, remember they're being sold off individually, so the Yes Network may be sold to the Yankees along with some other partners, and Fox Sports Detroit may be sold to Google, and Fox Sports Midwest may be sold to Yahoo or whoever, Verizon now owns them. But my question is, who would you want to buy your local Fox Sports regional network, and why? Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Jumping back to DirecTV Now, our next story is kind of right along line with all the other ones DirecTV Now has been doing. First, they offered 3 months of $10 credits. Then it was a 6-month deal. If you stay, you'll get $10 off each month. Now, if you sign up for the new Plus or Max package, they're giving you a free month of service into the end of this month. You need a coupon code when you check out to get this free month. Otherwise, it'll be the typical 7-day free trial. Put a link to that down in the show notes if you want to get that free 30 days. So all the legal limitations and details on that purchase. But if you've been thinking about the Plus or the DirecTV Now Max package, check out that link. If you've been thinking about leaving, I'll also put a link to the 60 days or 6 months. I don't know why I say 60 days. 6 months. It's still early on a Monday morning. $10 a month discount if you stay with DirecTV Now. So basically you get 6 more months at the old price instead of seeing the $10 price hike. And lastly today, a little editorial I posted at Cord Cutters News. I encourage you to read the whole thing, but about the future of cord cutting being cutting home internet. Now there's always been this, well, you can't be a cord cutter if you pay for internet also. And I always argue, well, cord cutting is really not about that. It's about the idea of saving money on home TV. Well, increasingly, cord cutting is becoming about saving money on home internet, whether that means downsizing it, switching providers, or a growing host of new providers launching things like fiber, 5G, and more. And I see a lot of people arguing, well, it's still paying somebody for internet. Well, you still have to pay for the service. Unfortunately, home internet is not going to be free, but a flood of new competitors, C-Spire, Starry, Dish is expanding their home internet. Dish has already had the satellite service. Now they're getting into 5G. You're seeing companies launch fiber like Ting and C-Spire, which are traditionally the big ones you think of like Comcast or AT&T. So there is a growing number. The hope here is that we would soon have 6, 7, 8 options to pick from. Similar to how cord cutting is saying, hey, if you still want a cable-like experience, but you don't want cable, we got Sling and DirecTV Now and Hulu and YouTube TV and Philo and all these other services. Hopefully, we will get to a point where we can say, hey, we have all these different internet services, and now Comcast and AT&T and Spectrum has to compete with the likes of T-Mobile and Dish and more. Even Charter is getting into 5G to launch 5G networks in their competitor markets. So Charter is saying, hey, we can, through our Spectrum brand, launch a 5G internet service in Comcast markets. This is happening in my hometown, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Charter is currently testing out 5G. Charter butts right up against the border of the greater Grand Rapids, Michigan area, but Grand Rapids is mostly a Comcast market. So they're taking this to extend their network into a market where Comcast has dominated without needing to physically wire each home in the town. So keep a very close eye on this. The new future of internet or cord cutting could be the internet. And we'll be posting a lot more over at cordcuttersnews.com trying to help you save money on internet. Because we know, even if you weren't streaming, internet's a big part of the American life now, whether it's gaming, getting your weather, getting your news, and more. So check that out. We'll be covering that too. But I'd love to know your opinion. Are you eagerly looking for a way to cut your home internet cord now that you've cut your TV cord? Well, that's it for today. I will be back later today with a special edition of our Apple TV coverage to let you know what the new Apple TV service. I do agree with a lot of people. I hope they don't call it the Apple TV. My feeling is they'll probably just rework the Apple TV app, and the service will be the Apple TV streaming service that works on the Apple TV. Hopefully they don't make it quite that confusing. You never know with Apple. They have their own way of doing things sometimes. So let me know, what would you like the new Apple TV service to be called? I'd love some suggestions. Until later today, take care. If you skip our Apple news brief special later today, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Hope your week is going fantastic.